This one's gonna be about authentic self-expression. Yeah, when I first got into like leadership development and communication, global training and development, that kind of thing, one of the brand promises was fully self-expressed. And you could ask yourself, what does it mean to be fully self-expressed? What I found in the end, and one of my notes here in particular, it's so often when you shift away from being true to who you are, and when it comes about being performative, that's not being fully self-expressed. Fully self-expressed means like the internal alignment is connected to your outward expression, that there's just one you, and it can be that in everywhere you go, no matter where you are, who you're with, and what you're doing. Full self-expression. So there is this thing then that occurs, and it happened with me. I got trained to be so effective with people coming with problems. I could give solutions, and the cost of it was losing my humanity. And I started using words that were specific to the industry. Jargon is so perfect because it ends up actually disconnecting, and I couldn't just have real conversations with people. I couldn't turn it off. I couldn't disengage from like work to like personal. I wasn't the most fun person to be around, quite frankly. So this idea of like authenticity and self-expression, and even authentic self-expression, it's really about alignment. I even wrote like, it's not about moral perfection or anything like that. It's really just about alignment. So it's really hard when you say like, oh, I want to be there for people, or I want to support people, but what you're doing is you're judging them, or you're being self-righteous, or you're being distancing, or you're curating. And I've done all this. I do all this sometimes, and thank God I have people around me who can be like, you're doing that thing again. So it's essentially the moment you stop sounding like yourself. So it helps to kind of know who it is of the self that you want to be in the room, or in life, or with people. So one of the things too, it's like, what does it cost to lead if you can't be yourself while doing it? And that's a question that I'll bring to people, you know? What good is it to get the end result but lose yourself in the process? You know, the there that's over there, when you get there, you don't want to be there, then what was the point? And so when I wrote this thing down too, I was like, integrity as coherence becomes, there's a match between what you think, what you feel, what you say. Something that when we kept talking about like sustainable leadership, it isn't about charisma or control, but rather congruence. And this through line that kind of goes through things, like I said, where it's not, or if somebody were speaking about you when you're not there, it wouldn't surprise the people because it would still be a match. That's what I think of when I mean truly, fully self-expressed. You're not compartmentalizing, you're not creating different like masks or identities, you're able to just, to be one. So there's something here when you start speaking from your truth again, people feel it before they even understand it. And you know, we have ways of writing those reports, right? 70% of what we communicate is nonverbal, or whatever the ratio happens to be. But in the end, what we're saying is that there's an intuitive way that we receive people. We're like, yeah, he's full of it, or I believe him. So with that, like there's like ways when you start to see, I think, lose your voice, or how do you like reconnect to yourself? It's kind of like a thing that I wrote down. So you name what's true even when it's uncomfortable. They call it naming it, it's saying it. You listen without any kind of agenda. So being present, caring, being here, not there. And allowing the vulnerability without losing authority. So how you do that is you're comfortable in your own skin. And you know what you're about, and you know where you're going. And so you can show or lead versus like force. Humans, like we have language, right? Our words literally create worlds. I say that quite often. And so our voice is one of the most powerful tools that we have. And something that's always helped me is I can utilize that to invent and to invite, and I can never make somebody do something. And in that, then it's almost like granting dignity to the other people. and that's powerful. And the leaders that possess that and do that, they have so many people that want to be around them, because it's exhilarating, it's exciting, it's inviting. When you come from that place, man, they feel it, and it's not rehearsed, it's real. Hope this helps.